Lesson 23. Welcome to our channel. Today, we journey through Genesis 27 to uncover the story of Jacob's flight, his time in exile, and how his experiences shaped his character. In Genesis 27, 41 to 28-22, Jacob fled from his brother Esau, who was furious after losing his father's blessing. As Jacob journeyed to his uncle Laban's house, he stopped at a place called Bethel. Here he had a dream of a ladder reaching to heaven, with angels ascending and descending on it. Genesis 28:12. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven, and behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. God assured Jacob that he would be with him, promising to bring him back to the land of his fathers. Genesis 28:15. I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. In Genesis 29, 1-30, Jacob arrived at Laban's house and fell in love with Rachel, Laban's younger daughter. He agreed to work for 7 years to marry her. However, Laban deceived Jacob, giving him Leah, his elder daughter, instead. Jacob then worked another 7 years for Rachel. Genesis 29:20. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days, for the love he had to her. Genesis 29, 31-30 describes the birth of Jacob's children. Leah bore him 6 sons and a daughter, while Rachel, after many years, bore Joseph. These children would become the ancestors of the 12 tribes of Israel. Genesis 30, 22-23. And God remembered Rachel, and God hearkened to her, and opened her womb. And she conceived, and bare a son, and said, God hath taken away my reproach. In Genesis 30:25-31:55, Jacob decided to return home. God instructed him to leave Laban's household and go back to his own land. Jacob and his family secretly left, but Laban pursued them. After a tense confrontation, they made a covenant of peace. Genesis 31:49. And Mizpah, for he said, the Lord watch between me and thee when we are absent one from another. Jacob's journey is a powerful tale of redemption and God's unwavering faithfulness. Despite his deceitful past, Jacob grew into a man of integrity, learning to trust in God's promises. Genesis 32:10. I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which thou hast showed unto thy servant. Let's explore 5 key words from our story. Exile, noun, a state of being barred from one's native country. Example, Jacob lived in exile at his uncle Laban's home. Trickery, noun, the practice of deception or manipulation. Example, Laban's trickery caused Jacob to marry Leah instead of Rachel. Pact, noun, a formal agreement or treaty between 2 parties. Example, Jacob made a pact with Laban before returning home. Reconciliation, noun, the restoration of friendly relations. Example, Jacob and Laban reconciled after their dispute. Loyalty, noun, a strong feeling of support or allegiance. Example, despite Jacob's struggles, God's loyalty never wavered. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey through Jacob's flight in exile. See you next time on our channel.